wait, Mike, I have to tell you, I had an encounter.
Okay.
Today. I forgot what we were talking. It doesn't matter what we were talking about. I had an encounter coming up to my apartment today.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if we've talked about this on Cloverfields or whatever, but there's a town maniac.
Oh, boy.
That lives in the town that Mike and I live in.
Everybody's strapped in for a little bit.
There's a town maniac.
Yeah. Yep.
Every town has one. Just so happens, this one lives in the exact apartment building I live in.
Yeah.
Which makes you think, like, where do you live? In the fucking Skid Row or something? Like, but it's actually a very nice complex.
Yeah.
And it baffles me how that woman lives here.
Maybe she's very nice. I don't
No,
know, man. I'm trying to give the other side.
Definitely not
so
nice.
It doesn't seem like we're doing a bad thing.
She screams at everybody.
Yeah,
she screams
she
at
does.
traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
She screams at people. She's an unpleasant person. I'm just going to say it.
Maybe she has a situation going on.
Oh, there's definitely a situation going on.
But she yells a lot.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm sleeping when it happens, and then I'm not sleeping afterwards, I've noticed. And I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I
like when she yells at traffic in the morning.
Yes.
Because too many people fucking beep their shit out here.
Yeah.
And she comes out and she screams at traffic, and I like that. Then
Yeah.
I'm on her side. But
Yeah.
then I see her down the road, and she's like screaming at a woman with a baby carriage. And that's maybe not the best.
I'm frankly terrified of her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Like, I've walked into the scary, dark stairwells of this place and have seen her coming up the opposite direction.
Ooh.
And it's terrifying.
Does she in this one? Over here?
Never in this one, thankfully. I don't...
This is Creepy G.
I don't
she can't
want,
be
yeah,
there.
I don't want her to know which one I live in.
Sure.
For very specific
So you mix
reasons.
it up and you go up and down all the staircases.
Yeah, and I'll just knock on doors and be like, let me in quick, please.
You just keying
Just
into...
right now, let me in. I'll leave right away. Just right now, let me in.
Has that ever worked, or?
Never. But I've bumped into her in the other stairwell, and she's terrifying. She yelled at Owen and I our first day here.
What did she say?
She yelled at me my first day here.
What did she
Just
have
like
to say?
random garbage. Like, oh, hey, Joe, this is one of those, huh? Oh, here he comes. It's just one of those. Like that kind of shit. Oh, no. Not this time. No.
So just random kind of negative,
angry
if somebody
seeming.
was like, what are those voices they do in the background of like cartoons and stuff like that? Like the ancillary voices.
Like voiceover? Like a voiceover?
Yeah,
or just
but like of a
yelling?
crowd. If somebody was like told 3 or 4 of us to be an angry crowd in a bar.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Yes. I don't like it. And it's not warranted. There's very non sequitur. It's strange. Oh, by the way, I saw her this morning when I was leaving for work.
Yeah.
She was doing terrible things in the garbage area.
Oh no. I don't like these stories, man.
I know. I don't know. For all I know, maybe she wasn't. But it sounded noisy and scary. Like a lot of noise in the morning to happen in a garbage area.
Like enough to like call police about it? Do you feel like you're in danger? Am I in danger?
You know
right
what?
now?
I don't know. I don't know if I can't safely say we're not in danger around that woman.
Is she listening right now?
Yes. She's in the ceiling.
She's in the live stream.
She's in the wall. She's watching the live stream. She sent us a lot of gems.
And there's another pigeon from Deborah.
So many magic wands from Deborah. Crazy Lady 42.
Oh, boy.
She's 42 because it's 1940 is when she was...
Okay.
So... She was making terrifying sounds this morning, and at first I didn't know what was going on in there, and I was in my car already.
Yeah.
And then I looked over and I saw her emerge from the trash area, and I was terrified, so I needed to leave.
Yeah. That's my biggest fear, that I see her in the stairwell.
It's really terrifying.
Especially when it's dark.
Terrifying.
I
Yeah.
saw just a regular Joe, little jogging outfit person, the other day, and I was scared shitless.
Yeah.
Because he had kind of he was trudging down the stairs.
Yeah.
And I was heading towards the outside, and it frightened me. You have too many blind corners in your shit, man.
In this place?
It's too many.
Where's
There's
the blind
too
corners?
many, like, imminent danger spots.
Where's the blind corners?
All over the place. Outside. Then there's just this little alley where anyone can just, like, jump out at you.
The one where Creepy G?
It's Creepy G. I don't want to make you nervous to live here or anything.
No,
This place is a death trap. It's like 13 Dead End Drive in this place.
This place is fine. There's nothing else other than the fucking terrifying woman that lives here.
Hopefully.
I have a theory that maybe, like, her son is, like, a well-off person and he's just, like, paying for her to live here, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. That would be nice.
But if she's screaming at traffic all the fucking time and she's a terrifying woman terrorizing people...
I don't hear her all the time. How often do you hear her?
Well, I guess
Go ahead and scratch your beard over
That
it.
was a thought. I don't know. I guess I've only seen her yelling at people, like, maybe a handful of times.
Okay. How long have you lived here?
I don't know.
Months,
yeah. 4 months, maybe.
Yeah.
But my thought is like, if she's really that, like, terrible and there's terrible things happening, why does she not get arrested and stuff?
Because there are many other apartments in closer proximity to her who have to hear her all the time. Right?
Yeah.
Because she's on the other side of the building.
Yes.
So I know for a fact she goes out on her deck and she screams.
Yes.
Sometimes she'll just go out there and she'll walk out real fast.
Yeah.
And she'll put her hands on her hips and she'll point.
It's weird, man. I'm real scared of her.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to tell you I'm scared of her. One day I was walking Riggs outside.
Yeah.
And she was on her balcony and I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And I was right there in this little patch of grass in front of her balcony. She's like on the first floor, maybe, or second floor.
Second floor.
And I hear, little man with a sweater.
Were you wearing a sweater
No,
at the time?
I wasn't.
Oh, then it's not you. You got nothing to worry about.
And I was like, oh, shit, what the fuck? And I look up, and it's her. And she looks down at me, and she's like, no, little man with a sweater. Like, she said it again. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, she's talking about the dog.
No.
Little man with the sweater.
Did the dog have a sweater on?
Dogs wear coats. Dogs have coats. They're like furry.
But he didn't have like a dog sweater on.
No,
what I'm saying.
but I think she was like, that's a furry guy with a sweater. Like a dog wearing a dog in its coat.
Is being walked by a giant man.
That man with a sweater a little man with a sweater.
Is being walked on a leash by another man.
Yes. But, well, Riggs is a girl, so she's a little girl.
Well, how can you see that from
You can't, but...
two-story.
I really didn't enjoy that interaction whatsoever.
It doesn't sound like you guys have really had your friendship formative moment yet. It seems like you've had a handful of bad times.
Well, I have something to report, then, in regards to that statement.
I'm still listening. I've been listening the whole time.
I ran into her as I was getting my mail. She was in the mail area, and as I was walking in to get my mail, she was walking out. And she was holding this, like, trash bag full of stuff. And I was like, hi. Oh, I was, like, really nice. I was like, oh, hi.
You're a pleasant boy.
Not a word.
Mm-hmm.
She looked me in the eyes, not a word, walked right past me. I was like, oh, whatever, man. There's no getting through to this woman. Whatever, it's fine. And so I get my mail out. And then I, like, start going through the mail, and I get the trash in one hand, the trash mail. And then I go to, like, throw it into the trash container. But then I realized, oh, there's no bag in there, so I'm not going to throw it in there without a bag. And then she comes back in, and she's like, don't throw it in there. She's like, I'm putting the bag back right now. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, that's nice of you. And she's like, she's like putting the bag on this trash thing, and the trash has this like metal sheath
that
like fits perfectly over the like It's just this nice aluminum
little bucket,
polished
bucket situation,
sheath bucket thing.
Yeah.
And so she was like, she put the trash bag in there, and then she put the sheath down, and then she pushed the trash bag against the trash can against the wall, and she's like, there you go. I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, that's very nice of you. And then she like is kind of standing there, and I'm like, I throw away some of the stuff, and then I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you around. And then she's like, the damn thing is loose. I was like, what? And she's like, the thing, I don't know why it's loose. It's so easy to just lift off. It's loose. I don't understand. And I was like, oh, she's talking about the trash.
Yeah.
The sheath. And I was like, oh, is it normally like harder to get off? And she's like, yeah, there's these screws and I guess it's just loose, you know? It's too loose. Someone like loosened the screws or something. And I was like, oh, like maybe the screws aren't there. And she's like, don't take what I said and turn it into something different. That's not what I said. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to die right now. This is the end of my life.
Yeah, you accidentally started some shit.
Like, I was like fucking tiptoeing nice.
Yeah.
There were eggshells everywhere.
Watch
and I
out.
was walking on them.
Yep. John McClane of eggshells.
I was John McClaning this woman.
Yeah.
And I fucking triggered the tripwire.
Oops.
I fucking stepped on a landmine, and it was over. She fucking flipped her shit.
Oh, no.
She was just like, I mean, look, she didn't flip her shit, like start flailing around and screaming, but she was
Yeah.
definitely upset.
Yeah.
And was like angry at me.
Well, to be fair, you shouldn't have taken what she said and flipped it around.
I just was trying to make conversation, man.
Yeah.
Any normal person would have been like, I think the screws
I know
are there.
you have a thing where when you talk to someone, like even a new person, you will engage in conversation with them.
Yeah.
Even if, and I've seen a couple where it hasn't gone down the smoothest path.
Sure.
But that's what you do.
That's what you do.
That's the risk you run.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
But it's so rewarding to be in an engaging conversation.
Yes.
I think it's what makes you an engaging person.
Well, thank you, man.
But sometimes it's maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You can't win them all. I guess.
No, you can't. And I didn't win this one at all. I fucked
Are
up.
you an enemy now, do you think?
I don't think she
that
no.
bad?
She probably just sees like blurs. She probably doesn't see faces or people.
Maybe
You know what
she
I mean?
thinks you're.
I don't know. I
mean,
I
she
didn't
thinks
think
a dog is a man.
I didn't think I overstepped my boundaries.
No, it doesn't sound like
But
you.
she was just like really upset about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that." And
Yeah.
she was like, "Well, I thought I don't know. I mean, whatever. Damn it. Oh, damn it. Whatever."
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, "Oh shit." And so I was just
Maybe in that moment she was like, "Oh fuck, I almost had a friend, like someone to talk to."
but she was like, "But he blew it
Yeah.
by fucking saying something else."
I would never be friends with him. He said something else.
I was like way down here by
Yeah.
the time I could still hear her in the elevator
Oh, and
area
you set it off.
going like, "Well, hey, just don't, well, and like just that kind of shit."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh man, I'm
that
sorry."
was your fault.
And so I went up the stairwell to get to my apartment
Yeah.
on the other side, and then I realized
She's knocking on your door.
dude, I was fucking terrified. I was like, "Oh shit, she's gonna see what fucking apartment I go into."
Yeah.
And I looked down the very end of the hall where the elevator is, and it like is closing. And I was like, "Oh shit, was she got out of that fucking elevator
On the second floor?
Yeah."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh shit." And so I was like quickly getting into my apartment, and then I gave it like one last peek out over near the elevator area, and I saw her open up that trash chute door and go like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, "Oh fuck, okay, she's distracted." So I came into my apartment and I was terrified.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a story.
I tried, man. I tried.
Everything's gonna be
But it's already
fine.
like the fucking fourth time I've tried to like communicate with this woman. And either she fully ignores me or screams at me like a crazy person.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
what's best case scenario? You don't die.
Best case scenario is I don't die and I still have funny shit to say. Hey man, what's up? You see that toothless lady?
What an asshole. Why would I
just
say
confirms
Well-
my theory that she's a ghost.
Oh,
She
no.
very well might. You know,
I
think she's a
truly think she's a
ghost?
ghost. I swear, yeah.
Oh, don't do this to me.
you know who she.
Don't do this to me.
You know who she looks like? It's either, I think it's Family Guy, the like crazy Catwoman. That's who she looks like. No, but I was driving.
That is what she looks like.
I like was driving up and I like drove past her. My window was down and she was like, "Why the fuck do you need to like speed around the corner?" And she's just like yelling like at nothing. And then I got out and she's just standing out there like pacing back and forth, just talking to herself. And so then I'm like, that's fucking weird. So I get in. As I get in, we shared the stairs for a while. I'm like, she lives here?
Wow,
Like,
you shared the stairs.
yeah, I'm like, she lives in. I was like, okay, we're leaving crazy outside, and then she was in the building. It
Dude,
was,
I am confused as to how that woman lives here.
yeah. That's her. Oh
No,
my,
Steve, you literally just showed me what my nightmares are going to
That's
be
her.
tonight.
I'm sorry,
you
but I
caught
had
her.
to show you.
You caught her.
Please look at what this picture is. It's a photo from outside my
That's
car.
where I park my car.
But
That's
here's the
where she
terrifying
was.
thing about this, and this is why I'm thinking that Bree's theory might be true.
Oh my god.
I'm at least 30 feet away,
Yeah.
maybe more.
Yeah.
That might be 40 feet. And I saw her walking down the sidewalk as I was leaving, and I was like, I've got to get a picture.
Yeah.
She knew.
And then
And
she just looked
I,
right.
I did a very sneaky photo.
Yeah.
Very
And
sneaky.
she
Yeah.
fucking knew.
And she is looking directly at
no,
the
she's
camera.
looking right through me.
That
Like I looked at the
is
picture and I'm like, it's beyond
She's
the
looking
lens.
so
directly.
fucking scary.
No, but what else?
Like how?
No.
How is she like how?
No, but this is all.
And here's another one from like further.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Right,
my
and now she's doing
God,
something.
Steve.
What is she holding?
I don't know.
Oh,
but
my
it's,
God.
it's fucking
She's holding
terrifying.
something with her finger.
You know,
Like,
you guys are all walking to me my car after this for
She's like-
real.
she-
We're walking in your car.
She's holding like
Okay.
an espresso pod or something. Like, what is that?
It's obviously a fucking crystal to another dimension.
Yeah, Chris.
She's holding a doorway to another to her ghost
Oh
world.
my god! No,
She's
but
opening the door.
no, but what was weird is I went through she was standing outside on the street pacing. I came in the front door and I bumped into her coming from downstairs. There was no garage, no car. Where the fuck was she coming
I
from?
mean, she walks around the neighborhood
She
a lot.
walked through the walls. There's no way she got where
We've
she got.
spoken to nearby vendors, retail outlet managers about this woman. We've spoken about her to
Yeah.
people in the neighborhood, and they all have
And they're all
encounters.
like, that woman died 3 years ago.
I just don't understand how you're able to be that insane and live here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
Like someone.
I guess good for her, like, right? Like, she's
But, like,
still
how is
living
it
a normal
possible?
life
How?
despite, like, what she's facing in her head.
Unless it's like
I don't know
someone
how either.
feels bad about her and like maybe put her up here.
Honestly, she's a fucking ghost. There's really no other
I
explanation.
can't do it. If she's a ghost, I've had this stairwell encounters with her.
Or maybe this is like a performance art piece for her. She goes home and she's like, oh, God, that was great.
I would love to be okay with that. I would love to like have that be the answer, but that's not the answer.
But there's no way. It can't be.
There's no way.
It can't be.
Brett had a pleasant experience with her.
What did he say?
She was like, "You want these magazines?" There were like magazines outside of the way that you came in,
Yeah.
the stairway, and there were these magazines out there, and she's like, "You want these magazines? I'm just gonna throw them away." And she was like nice to him. She yells at me, man. She
What
yells
did
at me.
she
She
say
does
to you?
very rude things to me.
Like what?
She like I've been carrying a lot of stuff in my hands.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to open up a doorway here.
Yeah.
And she comes through the other side.
Yeah.
And then like slams it in my face to
She
go
has
the
also
other
done
way.
that to me.
But that's
If I
funny.
ever saw her in here, I would jump out of the way.
Dude, you're coming. She's sitting on the couch. Just waiting for you.
Oh my god! What if I open the door to my bedroom, to come out here, and it just smells like cigarettes?
Oh my.
What if she was naked on your bed?
Dead. I would die.
Okay,
I would shred my skin through my bedroom window.
No, but what would you do?
Fall down to my death.
What would you do?
I would smash through it. I wouldn't even open it. I would
It
jump
would be
through.
the scariest thing. It would be the scariest thing in the whole world to have somebody laying on your bed when you walk in.
Yes.
But to have
But
that
have it be
person.
her.
How about this? This is psycho. What would you do if you were coming to your fucking building and she just walks out and closes the door and just walks out? You have no idea what she did.
Out of my apartment?
Like you walk up, she just walks in.
I'm walking up to it to come in.
Yeah.
And I see her come out and walk and
And
leave.
she doesn't see you coming up.
Not
you
at all.
You catch her walking to your apartment, and she doesn't see you, and you don't know what she fucked with.
And she could be hanging out here all the time. Like you have no, she's in your personal space.
What would you do? Would you burn it?
Oh my god! But does she lock it up and stuff as
You don't-
she's
Yeah,
leaving?
she
Yeah.
locks it.
But you also don't notice anything. You come back in, everything is
Everything's where you left it.
So, every little thing you see, you're like, was that her? Did she do that? Is she a ghost? Is she real? Am I losing my mind?
No, she's not a ghost. She's real, and she has a key to your apartment.
I mean,
and you
then
don't.
you
and
change the
every-
locks right away.
It's gonna no, but then you do it. You see it again.
Even after I change the locks.
You see it again.
I change the locks
And
when I see it happen again.
Every little thing in your apartment that seems out of place, it's gonna start fucking with you, and you're gonna go crazy
What if
thinking
all
that
of my
she did it.
What if
whatever
one
it
day I
was.
come
The
home?
best
if-
gaslighting thing ever.
What if I come home, I see her leave the apartment again, I'm going nuts. I come in here, all of the collectibles are facing the other way. Every toy
she's
is
just now she's finally made her move. After a year, she's like, "No, I'm here."
Oh no!
Well,
I'd have
sleep
to move.
well tonight.
I'd have to move.
I just got so freaked out. I checked under the table.
What if she was under there? What if she was under there and she was laying in Riggs' little doggy bed?
Oh, it's Owen.
What if it was her
Oh
right
my
there?
God.
We all got actually freaked out.
Yeah.
Each one of us.
This is
Owen,
insane. We
my
got
heart is
scared.
The dog.
We scared ourselves. The dog scared us.
That's amazing.
I felt a presence
She-
under the
no,
table.
no,
Stop
she's
it.
here. She's looking in the people from the outside
She
right
can
now.
fully see us. I'm gonna get a tweet, and it's gonna be a photo of us all laughing in here from the balcony. It's gonna be
in a profile picture of that picture from your phone, just zoomed in on her. That she's somehow got from your phone.
She's got me taking a picture of her from the car.
I would cry.
That's what the little hand move was. It's her taking a picture. I can't do this.
This is so scary and so funny at the same
All right,
time. But
all right.
honestly, I'm scared and I'm just laughing to cover up the fear.
Is it because you can't understand the witch's tongue?
You're gonna. It's because we don't speak in past
You
times.
can't listen to a witch's tongue without a little bit of mercury in your home. You've got to rub a ring of mercury
Everybody knows
around
it.
your ears, then you can hear the witch's tongue. Or as they
because-
like to call it, the witch's tongue.
It's because we didn't spin 3 times on the eve of the witch's night, so we could hear the witch's tome.
I'm sorry. I didn't take Thursday classes to ignore the rules of witchery.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't let pig's blood drip slowly into the rabbit's mouth, and now I can't hear witch's tome.
I'm sorry. The autumn solstice is important to me. Okay? I didn't kill my first dog for nothing.
I've never stared directly into Tuesday's sun. Okay, I got it. A sign that says "Don't touch."
But it has to be written in Sanskrit so the witch can understand.
It's written in the blood of the owl.
Winter's owl. With the auburn hair.
It was penned. It was penned with a desert quill.
The
the first winter's owl.
It's written in chapter 12 of the Obsidian Moon. Every boy warlock knows that.
That settles it.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. That was our history road. I think what she's doing could be seen as like
Cursing.
It could be seen as vexing in our own archdiocese. This is further than I've ever seen a coven out of their respective zone. They're out of their designated areas. They have to stay behind the burning ring. And here they are breaking through the cracks.
White sign, red letters. Do not touch. Penalty.
White sign, red letters. The symbol for the equinox. She'll get it.
3 stars, 1 moon. And if that doesn't deliver the message,
You might have to draw Jupiter's tail. I'm sorry I said it.
1 sign, 1 can of stardust. 2 chickens. A pot. 12,000 gallons
A
of water.
shaved down onyx stone.
The breath of a phoenix. 1 full night.
Stacked obsidian.
I hope you're writing this down. This is all we need.
It was in front of me the whole time.
You want to fix this problem?
I missed the stacked obsidian. It was right in front of me. I made a small boy's mistake.
Do you know anyone in the neighborhood? I'm going to say, if you've seen a group of children, multicultural children, each of them have a ring.
Are you talking about Saturn's boys?
No, one is heart, one is earth.
You're talking about the Captain Planet boys.
Yeah. It sounds like a job for their camp counselor, whoever hangs out with them when
You're
they all
talking
hang
about
out.
Captain Planet.
Doesn't she sound like a Captain Planet villain at this point?
Yeah, she basically is a Captain Planet villain.
So do you know a red-haired kid that has fire on his ring?
Listen, I'm telling you, Mike.
She lives across the street from me, but she was on my side of the street.
Right?
She's picking up garbage by the side of the road and yelling at the garbage as she did it.
Checks out. Checks out.
She's picking up garbage and she was yelling kind of babbledy-gook.
Sure.
And she said something like, the street cleaning. The street cleaning is not even now. And then she said a bunch of other things, and then she capped it off by saying, they'll sue you for anything. That was it.
They'll sue you for anything.
Sue you for anything, with like arms filled with garbage that she was like cleaning up off the street.
I think she's like, she likes cleaning up the garbage, but she's also complaining about it. Maybe she just likes things clean.
That's quite possible.
Yeah. God, I want to get her on the show, Mike.
You should make a strong. She was standing out on her deck today.
Oh my God.
Normally where she yells at traffic, and traffic has been loud lately.
I gotta know
with
which
her.
deck it is.
I'm on the same wavelength as her sometimes.
Because you understand the frustration with the traffic.
A lot of people beep outside where we live
They
too
do.
much for too long.
And it sucks.
I get up and I go out on the deck and I try to see who it is. And I would yell at them if I knew who it was.
That's, yeah, I get it.
So I'm going to be her soon.
Can you tell me which balcony it is?
Yes.
Is it the one right above the garage? Like literally right above it?
I'll let you know.
Oh boy, here we go. As she appeared to me with her bony talons, she calls hands, she took a hold of me. With her abnormal strength, she dragged me into a place I could only describe as her world. As I pick myself up from the ground, I witness my surroundings. A hellish landscape that added a shockwave of terror and yet even more curiosity. My devilish opponent standing 50 feet from where I stand. The creature stands at what seems at 10 feet tall, about double of what she was in my dimension. So she pulls me into her dimension. I look around trying to find anything that I could use as a weapon. I don't recognize anything. I stand tall, awaiting the creature to make the first move. I observe her to try to find a way to counter whatever attack that she can throw at me. Her head is shaking rapidly, as if possessed, or something that would possess others. Her mouth open wide, as if in her last breath she was screaming. This is fucking terrifying. She starts running at me with supernatural speed. At the last second, I roll out of the way. I start losing hope in my ability to win this fight. I focus on defense rather than offense. She moves unpredictably like an animal. I can't tell what her next move will be. Although her blatant aggression toward me is intimidating, it is equally curiously. I take a bite out of my annoyingly loud snack. The sound of the bag rustling makes the hellish figure take a step back. After the first moment of confusion, she called out. A ear-busting shriek that forces me to cover my ears in pain. Shh. 1. Shh. 2. Shh. At that moment, a cat going up about halfway to her. It seems to be her pet. The cat's hair matching with hers. Eye bold light gray. To be continued.